Yeah, we made it outside of the Petrified Forest. Another national park. I had no idea what to expect. And it's abundantly clear that I am in the middle of nowhere. One thing about the Petrified Forest is that it closes at dark because people were stealing the petrified wood from the park, so they no longer have it open 24/7. Bastards. Next stop is the Petrified Forest. It's a loop that's less than 1 mile and basically just has a lot of petrified wood. So let's walk this loop and bathe in the magic of the Petrified Forest. It's incredible to imagine that this used to be an actual forest with life, water, trees that were alive, and things used to live here. And it wasn't just an arid desert like it is now. The history's amazing. This is phenomenal. I'm not a geologist. I don't know much about anything that's happening here. Look at the inside. Just completely petrified. And what's amazing is that there seems to be different levels of petrification here, where we've seen stumps and logs like this that are completely petrified, 100%, even the outside. And then there are some like this, just the inside. And then there are some where there are levels to it. For a small national park, I understand why it is a national park and the beauty behind this wood. Wow. So the next spot is a gate bridge. It's kind of just a giant tree that fell, and we're gonna see it. So before this, there was another stop, Jasper Woods, or Jasper Forest, one of them. Anyway, didn't want to stop there because it's more petrified wood, which is beautiful. It's the highest concentration in the park, but the park closes in a few hours, and I want to make sure we can see enough and yeah, really experience the beauty. Now, here's the gate bridge. The gate bridge. That tree fell because of water, and theory is it's going to be destroyed because of water. It is petrified, quartz in the center. You can't really see it on the outside, and it is over, I believe it was 200 million years. The next up on the list is Blue Mesa, where you have lots of these, I guess, mesas, sand dunes, I don't know what they are. And it's supposed to have a lot of color. However, it's kind of a cloudy day, so I don't think we're getting the full effect. Regardless though, it's pretty nice. And you have some petrified wood on top of them, with a few hoodoos as well. We're heading to the Blue Mesa hiking trail. It's a 1 mile loop. So, shouldn't be too strenuous. Elevation like 120 feet. So we should be seeing lots of different colors, different lines in the sand, displaying a different geological time period. Can you see the colors in the sand? The purple, the gray, a little shade of blue. Wow. Look at this petrified tree. How cool is that? There's some quartz in here. I'm not quite sure what the red is, but it looks like it was placed here. But on further inspection, it looks like it all forms together and it broke apart. But the tree is horizontal, which is also kind of weird. I'm not sure if it was somehow stacked, but who knows? Maybe it was placed here, maybe it's natural. Either way, it's cool. Earth is awesome. Now, if you're here, definitely come down, do a hike, as long as it's not 90 degrees. It's literally a mile long, and the most intense part is probably coming down and getting up.
Such a meaning here. So what's it from?
So from what I'm seeing here, this used to be a village, and there were over 100 rooms. Some of it could be storage, some of it could be living area. But either way, 100 rooms, pretty nice. Okay, see, here we have some rooms. Here's a larger one. You see a small one over there. That one, from what I learned earlier, could have been used as storage. And then you have three more over there actually. One thing I learned at Walnut Canyon is when you see a door, it's most typically a room for family, friends to stay in. And then there are rooms that have no doors, and based on, theory, those rooms are storage spaces. Now again, it's all theory, and I'm taking that theory and I'm applying it to here as well. Here are just pueblos and pueblos. Now, again, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't see any doors, or an area, at least in this spot, where there would be doors. What could be is that there's possibly one main entrance, and then these are just smaller areas that you can get to through the main entrance. Here was the center. I mean, it was a small little village, 100 people, as I said. Here is the center. You can see these pueblos. You see how they all kind of make a rectangular shape, and they go all the way around beyond the barrier and the trail that we made. Taken from what I've learned, there are several entrances into this large rectangular building. And then once you're inside, you have separated rooms. Pretty cool though, that they were able to build this little village. Now, if you want to see petroglyphs, you can stop at newspaper, but the Pueblos has better petroglyphs and you're much closer. Now you might be able to see it. On the side of this rock, there are several petroglyphs, and further down to the right as well. Wow, that's what I wanted to see. You see like cranes, frogs, heads. Oh, there's even more. Wow. Fantastic. So many of you probably know the famous Route 66 in the United States that goes from Chicago, Illinois, all the way down to California. I think it's LA. And it used to cross through Petrified Forest. Now, the road actually doesn't seem to be here anymore, but you can tell it once was, because behind me we have all of these kind of telephone poles or wires that are just not in use anymore. But there is one relic that remains from Route 66. So not only does this function as a museum, behind it, there are some overlooks of the painted desert. Looks like it's kind of quiet. There's also the bathroom here. So in addition to the major sights to see, they also have several overlooks that you can stop by and still get a really nice view. So if you have time, definitely take a moment and appreciate the views.